SAPR versus bolt gun. Which one do you choose? Which one is best? SAPR to us here in TMP means semi-automatic precision rifle. It's chambered in 308 or 7.62 by 51. We have two representative types here. Just because we had them out with us today, this isn't some grand scheme to roll the M&P10 in. We had it, we were shooting it, we're like, we can use that. And then we're also testing the Ruger precision rifle. This one is in 308, and so far it's been pretty awesome. Really awesome. And it's also, as we'll talk about, awesomely heavy. We'll hit that in the talking point of SAWC. This will generate an interesting discussion, don't you think, Tactical?
Yeah.
Which one is best? It really depends on what you want to do with it. And I think most guys that are going to watch this video are thinking in terms of self-defense, true or false.
Yep.
That will watch the channel, they're going, well, I really like a bolt gun, and they really think long range with this, like they're whispering death. I always laugh when I say that.
Yeah.
Go watch my video debunking the sniper fantasy. It really plays when we talk about realistic philosophies of use. But a lot of guys think that. They're like, hey, long range, super accurate. I think I really have a need in my system for a precision long range platform. And then maybe some other guys go, I like the firepower, the quick follow-up shots of a SAPR, and the other advantages we're going to talk about right now. We're going to go over just that, actually. Firepower, speed. We'll talk a little bit about accuracy, caliber, versatility, value, legality, reliability, durability. It's going to be probably a feature-length video because there's a lot to talk about. A lot of philosophy. Let's start it out with firepower. This is actually a pretty good representation of equal firepower because the pretty excellent, in my way of thinking, Ruger precision rifle takes the same Magpul magazines that the M&P10 does, and basically most AR-10s take. So the DPMS pattern 308 mag. So 20 and 20, and I could put 30 in here, at least in terms of quantity of rounds. But when we talk about firepower, I think most of us will agree there's a lot more to it than just that. It's not just a quantity of rounds, but it's how fast can we deliver those rounds. So I'm going to start off, we're going to do some shooting. This isn't just talking, we're shooting in field. I'm going to start off with the Ruger Precision. And like I said, it's pretty excellent. It is a fast shooting, smooth shooting bolt action rifle. I'm a pretty quick bolt action rifle shooter, I think. And we'll see. We've got a target down there at about, I don't know, 225. It's not very far. But the weird thing here, though, is that I'm on a barricade, so I can't. And this kind of gets to the bolt gun thing, doesn't it? So I'm stabilizing the front end. Can I still stay in the glass and actuate the bolt? Let's see. Probably not. Hit. Lost it a little bit. Really nice action on the Ruger Precision. It is awesome. All hits. So I would say that's pretty quick for a bolt gun. What do you think, TD?
Oh yeah.
And weigh in, man. So you can say whatever you want while we talk.
Well, this whole argument here is kind of rigged because you have the precision rifle. Because that is a real good bolt gun.
Really good.
If I had to pick one to go up against any SAPR, probably wouldn't do nearly as well as that thing.
Yeah.
It takes good mags, it has a quick bolt, you don't have to totally break your cheek weld in order to rack another round in.
100% reliable.
Yeah.
With whatever we've done. Perfect extraction and ejection on the Ruger Precision. Unlike a lot of bolt guns we've seen out here.
A lot.
We'll revisit that, by the way.
Ugh.
So we're talking firepower, speed. Let's see how the M&P10 does. Much lighter. We'll hit that again, of course. Couple misses in there because I suck.
It's also for 168 grain, isn't it?
It's what?
Isn't it sighted for 168?
Oh yeah, that's right, it is. And we're shooting 150s out of it. Actually mixed 150s. We just had leftover crap and threw it in there, so cool. Maybe that helped a little bit for my misses. How about speed of the shot, so? It's no comparison.
Doesn't get much faster.
And also, it's not just trying to hit, but if I need to do suppressing fire on this, you know, do that with a bolt gun. If you just need to get heads ducked, you need to extract some people. Right here, bro.
Yeah, well, Colonel Suxley, he did the Mad Minute and he put 30 rounds downrange in 60 seconds, man. So it's doable. One guy in 1914 was real good at suppressive fire with a bolt gun, so that means it's doable and easy for everyone.
Okay, whatever, bro. I think most people will understand that it's not even a contest. So I would say in terms of quantity, and let's keep pressing on, with a modern magazine-fed bolt-action rifle, it's going to be a draw in terms of firepower if it takes this magazine system. Keep in mind, most bolt guns are not magazine-fed. They're either going to be an internal box or a fixed magazine. We could have easily put a Ruger or a Remington 700 up against this.
Yeah, and for most people, that's what a bolt gun is.
That's correct. It's not this trick one.
Yeah,
It's a basic, maybe it's a Savage Axis.
Yeah.
That has a 5-round capacity total. Yep. Incidentally, we're not approaching this with an agenda. Now, unlike a lot of the stuff you'll watch on YouTube, we're not making money. I mean, we're not selling guns. We're not trying to convince you that our bolt action gun is the best. We're just completely independent reviewers. That's all we are.
Well, and we came across this because today we happened to be shooting the Precision, we happened to be shooting this, and we got to talking while loading about which you'd rather get. Because a big part of the questions you get into the channel is, hey, I have a choice, I have this much money to spend, I want this or this. And sometimes people just, yeah, I don't know, I want to get a bolt gun, but maybe a SAPR. What would you do? What one would you pick?
That's the purpose of this video, is to help those guys.
Yeah.
I think a lot of guys that come and watch this video will already have their minds made up.
Yeah.
And if, well, we'll get to the summation when we get through this. I'm going to say firepower, therefore SAPR wins.
I would say always SAPR.
Firepower. Because again, this is an unusual bolt action gun.
Yeah.
It's more expensive, it's more upscale. We hit that pretty hard. Speed, this one wins. Follow-up shot, staying in your glass, the SAPR wins, hands down. Let's say I'm a precision marksman. Which one do I run? For me, I'll run a SAPR. Because I've already proven this is, and we're going to go right now into accuracy. I've already proven this is as accurate as that. What? And there's a lot of debate on that. Wow, you know, a gas-operated AR-10 pattern rifle is not that accurate. Not in our shooting, not in our testing. We have not found that to be the case. This is, with the proper ammunition, half MOA, true or false?
Yep.
Half MOA. This is too. Now, if we were to expand it out beyond these two brands and types of rifles, I would say overall, if you factor in all the SAPRs out there, the bolt action easily wins. Don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
But we're just talking these two. But we're looking broad picture. I would say accuracy-wise, that would win the bolt action style rifle. And most guys, I think, would agree with that.
I wouldn't, given our experience though, I think we found most of the bolt guns on the market don't perform like people would expect.
That is true.
Refer to 2016's Summertime Fails event. Every freaking bolt gun we brought out, we're going, what is wrong with this thing? And part of that is because a lot of them are kind of budgety guns.
A lot of those guns are not that accurate. Maybe they shoot 4 MOA. We've seen that, right?
Yeah.
Mostly 2 to 3 MOA.
2 to 3 standard. And it goes against the dogma of bolt guns, balls on. 1 MOA all the time, everywhere.
What I would say, though, is a bolt gun, if it's put together properly, and again, there's so many different types of bolt guns, manufacturers, quality levels, but again, if we were to look at it and generalize it, as we have to do for this discussion, the bolt gun will win. the asterisk on that is if you get a high quality sapper that is well made, put together, it will compete very favorably against the bolt gun to a realistic engagement distance. However, if you are a military sniper, and really I think that's the only philosophy of use where you would engage out to 1,000 yards, it really is.
There it is.
Then a bolt gun is your go-to gun. You know, I think of the M&P10 and any gun like it about a 700 yard, 700 meter rifle. But I'll go back to what I said. If I'm a team guy, I have to make a precision shot. Let's say my hostage is 200 yards down this valley. I would feel just as confident shooting with this as I would that. I think for a department, it's more easily defended, this choice. We're talking police officers, because it's low firepower in terms of the way people perceive it. In most police marksmanship situations, you're only going to be firing a couple rounds, probably just one.
Yeah.
Accuracy, therefore, let's be fair, it's going to go to the bolt gun overall. But I think I made the point that some, also like the SIG 716, the H&K M62, were those sub-MOA? You tested those with me.
The MR was pretty good, if I remember right.
Here, I'll film, you sit down. I got to give my legs a stretch. The MR was awesome. Yeah. Super awesome. So, accuracy, overall, bolt gun. We could spend a whole video on that, really. But let's go on. Caliber versatility. So let's say you don't want to shoot a 5.56, a 7.62 51. You want to upscale your caliber. Maybe you want to go 6.5 Creed, 300 Winchester Magnum, 338 Lapua, 416 Barrett. Which one wins then? Doodle. Bolt gun.
Yeah.
Hands down. Much more caliber versatile. So you can choose whatever caliber you want in all types of bolt guns, and off to the races you go. And it's a simple affair, especially if it's not a magazine-fed bolt gun, because it's just a barrel and a bolt. And you can shoot those really powerful, super accurate cartridges. The SAPRs is going to be limited in what it can handle. Yes, there are 300 Win Mag SAPRs out there, but I've also heard of some durability complaints on them. But when you rack a 300 Win Mag through a gas-driven AR-10 pattern rifle, things sometimes fall off. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It wasn't designed for that. The bolt gun, however, is going to be a stronger design, and it's going to be able to handle those larger calibers. I mean, heck, go 50 cal if you want. Get a Barrett. How about SAWC, size and weight constraints? Which one would you prefer to haul 10 miles over that hill, Tactical Doodle, with a full pack?
It depends, because category-wise, not all sappers are this light.
And not all bolt guns are this heavy.
Yeah. I mean,
generalize them. We've shot
light.
a lot of each, so think through the years about all of them and give me an answer.
I'd probably go bolt.
Would you?
Yeah.
If you're just going to be carrying it?
Yeah. It seems we've tested a lot of lightweight bolts. It's not until you get into the tactical ones where they have the really dense stocks and heavy barrel. And
by the way, we have a Bagara sitting right over here. Check it.
Yeah. That's a good bolt gun.
That's a great bolt gun. The reason we're not using it for this review is we don't have 20 round mags for it. And so to be fair to the type, we decided to go with the Ruger Precision, just to be fair. Well, let's get back to the answer. Which one do you want to carry? I would say it depends on what you're using it for. If you're a hunter, I'd go bolt gun. It's going to be legal to hunt with. You're going to have, again, caliber versatility. You're going to be shooting 1-2 shots.
Yeah. Bolt
gun. If I'm without rule of law in a go to war situation, I'll take a SAPR all day long. I'll run a SAPR like this one right here. That's going to be about 8.5 pounds, fully configured, unbelievably light for what it does and what it is. And I'll rock with it. So it really depends on what you want it to do for you. But you're right, a lot of bolt guns, SAWC, are pretty light. And you can get some featherweight ones that are meant for hunting, that are like 5 pounds. We reviewed that Christensen Arms one, and 300 Winchester Short Mag was a caliber we reviewed that in. So what do you guys think? I mean, you got to go hiking. What are you going to carry? If you're hunting is the first part of that question. And if you're going to war, that's the second part. Some guys will say, well, it depends what I'm doing in war. Like if I'm in the U.S. military, I'm a precision, sniper. I'm a special team sniper, then I'll take a bolt gun. I would still go semi-auto.
They don't get to make the decision though. If you're picking
It
between
depends on
these,
which group it is. They might have ASA.
Yeah.
Army, probably not. I would go SAPR, M110, which has been replaced. I would, because, I mean, especially in a military environment, I want quick follow-up shots. I think firepower is very important then.
Well, the performance envelope's a lot wider. You know, if you had to, you can do suppressive fire, you can go closer in. I wouldn't want to clear a room with any bolt gun.
Right.
You don't know what you're going into. It's, hey, you're in a hypothetical war scenario. You're going to get there. Who knows?
So you're talking versatility of the weapon system, of what it can do. So this one right here, like you said, you want to clear a room with your Ruger precision rifle at configured 12-pound weight.
In all fairness, the stock does fold though.
Okay, do you want to shoot it in a folded configuration as you clear a room?
Look at how compact that is.
That is pretty awesome.
Very handy.
I give it to you. But I think that's meant for carrying, not shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go SAPR for that one, dude.
Yeah.
SAPR. But like you said, you brought up a good point. If you're hunting, bolt action gun. SAWC really comes down to weight. So it might be a draw on this one.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like the SIG 716, which I just reviewed, that's a heavy SAPR, dude. Way heavy. It's the same weight as this, more or less. And there's not a ton of super light ones. There are a couple out there.
And magazines. We've had some bolt guns with heavier mags than we thought they had to be.
What about the, what was the FNAR? The FN FNAR, that was heavy. Remember those magazines?
Fun. Yep.
Those were like 12 ounces a
Freaking
piece.
Steel.
Let's just call it a draw on SAWC, because there's super lightweight ones and there's super heavy ones. Between the battle of these two, the M&P10 destroys the Ruger Precision.
Oh, yeah.
It's like 3 pounds lighter, maybe more. On to value. So let's say we're back in the civilian realm. You're buying either a SAPR or a bolt action rifle. What is going to get you the most gun for the money, Tactical Doodle, from what you've seen?
SAPR.
No way, dude.
What?
No way.
I guess we're talking budget bolts too.
Yeah, think of the Ruger American rifle, the Savage Axis, the Weatherby Vanguard. I mean, those are $400 guns that will shoot about 1.5 MOA. They weigh like 6.5 pounds. That's a lot of gun for the money. I think SAPRs lose out in value.
Yeah.
Not between these two, because if we talk about between these two, it's probably a draw, right? As far as cost goes, they're going to be pretty similar. I couldn't tell you right now what the market's selling an M&P10 for, or a Ruger Precision rifle in this caliber, but they're going to be close enough where it'll be a draw. But there's a lot of SAPRs like the FN17S, the H&Ks, the SIGs that are extremely expensive. True or false?
Oh, yeah.
They're a lot of money. I think you can get into a bolt gun a lot more affordably than you can get into a semi-automatic precision rifle. So I'll give the nod to bolt gun for value.
Although I will say for a SAPR, that can fill 2 roles. Where
What roles are those? Remind them.
If I'm building my family, you know, collection or defensive kind of arms rack, I can't just do a bolt gun. What if I don't have an AR? What if it's like a one rifle to rule them all kind of thing? SAPR would make it so maybe I don't necessarily need to get a 5.56 AR.
By the way, it's time to shoot again. Use that precision. Is that set up for me, the Ruger?
Yeah.
Can you see through the glass like that or no?
Not as much.
Okay, fire some rounds off with the M&P10 then.
Okay.
And that will take us to reliability and durability. Which one wins between a SAPR and a bolt gun? You might be surprised at our observations. You gonna try it with a Ruger?
Yeah.
I mean, you can change that stock if you want.
I do like working a bolt.
It's fun.
It's way
We're gonna
fun.
talk about that. That's a separate brief talking point. Dude, I love shooting the Ruger Precision. It's super fun. It's loaded, ready to go.
Okay.
So reliability, which one wins? See if you can stay in the scope while you cycle it too.
Okay.
I think most people would say the bolt gun will be much more reliable than a SAPR. I get that. That was a hit, by the way. And I will mostly agree with that, actually. But here's the rub. We have seen a lot of failures of bolt guns out here. failures to extract, eject, parts breakages. When I first started TMP, I would have said that would have been a slam dunk that a bolt gun is more reliable. Now I think again, we're generalizing, we have to for the discussion. The bolt gun will be more reliable. All hits, dude. But dang, there are some great SAPRs out there that are proven and are extremely reliable. It just depends on the type. I have reviewed and posted reviews of fails on both types. How do you like shooting that?
It's awesome.
Isn't that a smooth bolt?
It's perfect. And it's not picky.
It is such a great bolt gun if you can take the weight. We have picked up probably, I don't know, 500 308 shell casings today. That's good, Doodle. Load it and put safety on. What do you think about reliability, durability? First, reliability from what you've seen in the Nutnfancy project, from the guns that we've reviewed.
I've been surprised at the amount of failures we've had with bolt guns, really.
Would you have thunk it when we first started?
Never. You always thought, man, bolts, no matter what, you can always count on it. But some of them are finicky. Some of them, you give them to a shooter, and if they, work the bolt aggressively, it'll get bound up, or
they'll double feed.
What was that one last year? You'd pull it out, and if you went too fast, the extractor would just drop the round right in the chamber again.
Yep.
So you couldn't run it fast. So you had to, make sure you're calm and paced.
Super
Not a problem.
slow.
Like if you're hunting or something maybe, but if you have stress up and you're sitting there trying to make a shot.
I think with the Seiko we had some issues. Even a Seiko.
Yeah. Oh, and
the
then
tactical.
The Seiko, didn't it drop the mag a couple times?
Magazines dropped, double feeds.
You'd be sitting there.
Failure to extract, eject. We've seen it all.
Yeah.
From a bolt gun.
Bolts.
Now, guys, if you roll in and go, well, I can build a bolt gun that's bulletproof. We have no doubt.
Cool.
We're talking about off-the-shelf, factory purchased firearms, which most people want and most people get.
Yeah.
Not a custom rifle worth $5,000. Hey, I did one. It was called the Nailer, the Nutnfancy Long Range, and it was awesome. It's built on a Tikka Action, 100% reliable, 100% accurate. I love it, still own it. That's chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor, by the way. Love it. We're talking generally. I would say I'm going to give the edge in reliability to the bolt gun, but barely. What do you think? Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Because there's some great bolt guns, and I think by and large we've had fewer problems with the bolt guns than we have had with the SAPRs.
Yeah.
How many AR-10 style rifles have I brought out here and they just don't cycle? They break, they jam. Quite a few.
Yeah.
Quite a few.
They're a lot pickier about ammo.
Yep. An AR-10 is not super easy to get right from what we've seen. Yeah. It's kind of hard to get right. It's very finicky with the gas system, the gas port size, the buffer, all that stuff. It's not simple as an AR-15, I don't think. How about durability, though? Like, let's say you're shooting 300 Win Mag. Which one's going to be more durable?
Bolt.
Bolt. Bolt will win that argument. And it's simple. There's no springs, fewer moving parts.
A lot less to dick up unless it's a Remington 700, in which case, just all kinds of shit's going sideways.
Perfect.
Dude, the amount people have reported about theirs.
We've had a ton of problems with ours. Modern production 700s.
Yeah, the newest one. I still love
the old ones that I used to own were awesome.
Yeah.
The newest production in the last probably 10 years, I don't like, nor do we own. We own one.
Yeah.
We own a 300 Police and 300 Win Max still. I think we own it. Did we sell that?
No, we kept it.
Okay.
We still have our original 700 too. That thing's awesome.
Reliability, barely to bolt. Durability, definitely to the bolt action gun. But if we consider a super proven, in my opinion, in our testing, SAPR like the M&P10, I would say it's neck and neck, and I'll call it a draw. But we're generalizing the discussion. Go ahead and fire some rounds off the M&P10 as we talk about recreational philosophy of use. Which one is funner to shoot? So you just got done shooting the Ruger Precision. Now you're gonna shoot a SAPR. Talk to us, Goose.
Dude, I gotta give it to the bolts.
Huh?
I gotta give it to the bolt gun.
I think I'm gonna give it to the bolt as well. I enjoy shooting a bolt gun.
It's like driving stick.
So like a manual transmission?
Yeah. It's more involving, it's more engaging, it takes a little more skill. It just gives you another step between you and shooting. You can burn through a lot more ammo with the SAPR than you can a bolt gun for the same amount of fun. You know, with this, you sit there and pull, 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 pull. It's cool, and it's also like, you know, $3 every 10 seconds if you're not watching your trigger finger.
Correct.
Whereas this, you're forced to pace yourself out a little bit, and you're forced to pace out your friends and family, or your kids, which, sorry, but for me, that's a thing. If I'm giving someone something, I'd like to be able to go, here, here's this, here's a box, make it last for your turn or whatever. I
agree with everything you just said. Because,
sheesh, shooting with friends and stuff, it's a lot of time. Hey, dude, bring some guns, bring some guns, bring some ammo. I learned real quick I can't be the only one bringing ammo.
Especially 308.
Oh, yeah.
They'll burn through 100 rounds in a matter of seconds.
Oh, this one's out. Can I get another one? You're like... Dude, that was like 12
And they brought no ammo at all.
Yeah, they bring nothing. And if they're nice, they'll chip in and give you a 5-spot. Hey,
Doodle's talking about some friends he shot with last year, by the way. Hit it. Let's go. Barricade. Hits.
Oh, I won that one.
Sweet. That's good.
Yeah, it's good.
So recreational, you're gonna say bolt gun.
Bolt gun.
I agree with that. I will say shooting a SAPR is a rush.
Yeah.
But you're making an interesting value observation in this recreational discussion where, hey, and we're assuming we're chambered for a major cartridge, not 5.56, but 308 up.
Yeah.
Specialty cartridges, especially like 6.5 Creed, 300 Win Mag, Wildcat calibers. Dude, you'll go broke.
Oh, yeah.
And I love shooting a bolt gun. They're just fun. So I totally agree with that. We'll give the nod to bolt guns, surprisingly. And then we're going to go on to legality. So bolt gun versus SAPR, which one is legal in more places? It's kind of obvious, right?
Bolt.
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 A lot of countries you can own a bolt action rifle. Maybe not a 10 round or 20 round magazine fed bolt action. SAPR, forget about it.
Yeah.
So in the legal battle, what you'll be able to keep longer, not if, but when gun laws progress to where they have universal gun registration and later confiscation, you'll be able to keep this longer. Or a bolt action rifle longer, legal. There you go. But we don't live in such a location, thank heavens. And so for us, not really a player.
Yeah.
But I want to throw that in there for guys that do. And
we're a lot
TMPers who live in countries where they are restricted.
Yeah.
Totally. And then pressing on, we're going to wrap it up right here. And there's probably some talking points we didn't cover.
Oh, well, that's the problem. Each ecosystem is so varied, you can't just give a one-size-fits-all thing.
For the discussion, we kind of have to.
Yeah.
We're generalizing, but you're right. You can make an argument. You could reverse our observations. You go, actually, the bolt gun's better this way because of this model, because of this brand. We got you. We know that. We're just broad stroking it for means of discussion and helping guys guide their thinking when they spend money on this stuff. Last but not least, and this is where, in my mind, the SAPR really pulls ahead, and that is without rule of law, philosophy of use. Which one would you want to have? Doodle.
Without question, the SAPR.
Yep. So you have an engagement freaking 25 yards out to 700 yards.
Yeah.
It's not even a contest which one we would go with. It's going to be the SAPR. You're looking at our choice right here. It has been for years, right?
And that's the choice after trying tons of different stuff. People ask, what'd you end up getting? What'd you stick with? M&P10.
Still.
Tried out pretty much everything. There's nothing on the market.
There's no SAPR we cannot get.
Yeah.
None.
Even the SCAR, which we like the SCAR.
Oh, I love the 17S.
Like the SCAR.
Love it.
It's expensive. I'd rather have 2 of these than 1 SCAR.
I could be happy with a 17S in this roll. Totally. But other ones, there's a couple that have come close, like the Bushmaster.
Bushmaster was good.
That was really reliable. It wasn't as accurate as MP10, but dang, it was reliable. It was lightweight, and it was affordable, although it needs some furniture replacement, if I remember right. XM10, I think they're calling it now. And some others I can't even think of.
They all kind of blend together after a year or so.
We haven't tested a Reaper yet, but it's super heavy and it's super expensive. Don't know how it'd be.
Yeah.
Without rule of law, SAPR all day long.
Yeah.
For any police application, I answered that earlier in the video, SAPR.
Yep.
Even with a marksmanship philosophy of use, if that's what my department needed me to do, I'd much prefer to have this gun right here. Now, I think maybe some guys will roll and go, yeah, but it's still more moving parts. If you go back to the reliability thing, if it absolutely needs to, you know, be killed, a bad guy, I'll go the bolt gun. Here's my response to that. Then tell the military who's running M4s. They're not running bolt guns, nor have they. The M16 M4 weapon system has been in operation for decades, and if it was so unreliable, they would have gotten rid of it a long time ago. True or false?
Yeah.
So even the snipers oftentimes using sappers these days because they've gotten so good. There you have it. That to me is the most important talking point for what we do. Yeah. Now, for what you're after, it could be something completely different. Maybe you're a hunter. You have no intention whatsoever putting either gun into a self-defense application. I kind of find that hard to believe because I think most guys who watch this video will be that way, like we said. But let's say, okay. And then for you, the bolt gun makes more sense. I can get it. I can get it. I didn't keep an official tally, but I think as we talked about them, I think the bolt gun took more points than the SAPR, didn't it?
Probably did.
It really did. So we like, you know, accuracy, reliability, durability. But the two most important ones to me, and in my way of thinking on two quality guns, the accuracy is a draw.
Yeah.
It's a draw. I think I made that clear. SAWC, I think it's a draw to me. Even though when we generalized, maybe not so much, it would weigh in this. Firepower and without rule of law. I'll take a SAPR, thanks. And that's what we do in our own family. So that's the answer. Guys have been asking us in comments like Doodle has said forever. Anything to add?
A lot, but it would keep it too long. I think people get kind of conflated when they're picking guns. They don't establish what they want to use it for. And that's why they ask. They'll go, yeah, what should I get? I don't know, bolt, maybe, I don't know, AR-10, maybe a SCAR. Before you buy something, have a clear idea of what you're going to do with it.
That's what this video is all about, dude.
Kind of waddle into the pool and go, do I want to, I don't know, do I want to spend $3,000, $200? Like, it's a fairly big choice, especially if you're starting out like your, you know, family defense system, and you're going.
See, he just said it again. Yeah. Family defense system.
Because that's
without rule of law. That was the last talking point.
Every gun collection is that, whether people want to admit it or not. Because in a time of crisis, if you know you're in a 3-week power outage in the city and people start, you know, kind of hanging out a little too much, you go, ah.
With this style of gun, but you and I have that way of thinking. Some people may show up to this video and they don't think that way at all.
I think a lot of guys do that. Judging from the comments, a lot of guys, at the very least, it's like...
Talk real loud.
You know, it's on the list of attributes they want out of a gun. They want it to be capable of self-defense.
Here, film me shooting off a couple rounds with this M&P10 as we wrap it up. God, this is a wicked gun. I love it. Yeah, sorry guys. I would take a SAPR all day long. This is shooting steel, by the way. 100% reliable. Not even zeroed for this load. Now, don't take it to mean we don't like the bolt gun. We like the bolt gun. But if we could just own one for the talking points we just discussed, SAPR. Over and out.